I don't think neither of them wanted to live with each other.
Hey.
She kind of became her roommate by default.
I took the bigger room. I hope you don't mind.
It seemed like they would be a good match. But their desires couldn't have been more different.
Do not let that sit there.
Could you keep it down, please?
Their personalities were like oil and water.
I figured you could use the left side.
She liked a clean house.
Some of her groceries would be missing. You need to grow up.
Do you smell that?
Those two, man, they butted heads.
She wants to be mad. She can be mad. And there it is, reeking in the air. I can't take it anymore.
You're gonna be a lion, you know, you're gonna fight back.
Police, open up. What did you do?
I'm losing it.
What is wrong with you?
To this day, I just can't see how it got out of control.
Jeepers creepers, monster.
How did you end up with that for a roommate?
You never want to have that negative energy in a roommate situation.
Star athlete Tina Stewart is heading back to school after summer break.
Tina is one of the leading athletes at Middle Tennessee State University in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, on a basketball scholarship.
That's my superstar.
You know it. Tina's father, Adrian, is exceptionally proud of the young rising sports star.
She was just great at basketball as soon as she started out. I told her she can play anything, she can do anything she wanted to do.
Okay, the car is loaded. Grab your bag, let's go.
Tina is about to begin her sophomore year.
I think Tina was probably expecting to have one of the girls on her team roommate with her.
But the arrangement Tina is hoping for may not go as planned. Shanterrica Madden is arriving from Memphis to start her first year.
Shanterrica was attending Middle Tennessee State University to major in criminal justice in hopes of becoming a lawyer one day.
Excited?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yes. Yeah, I really am.
Shanterrica was more on the quiet side, very sweet, very meek, friendly once you got to know her. Shanterrica and her mother, they had a very close mother-daughter bond.
Shanterrica is moving into one of the off-campus student apartments.
Shanterrica was looking for someone kind of like herself, you know, the, well, let's meet at the library type of person. This was her first apartment that she could call her own.
I'm Shanterrica.
I'm Tina.
Okay, I'm gonna go get the stuff in the car.
The apartment complex placed Tina and Shanterrica together because of their similar backgrounds and because they came from the same town.
One, she's new, she's a freshman, she's from Memphis, you know, so naturally Tina tried to become friends with her.
I took the bigger room. I hope you don't mind. I just have a lot of stuff. But this one's nice too. I don't need much.
Even if it was the smaller room or the smaller bathroom, smaller closet, it didn't faze her.
This is my first room away from home.
Okay, that's the last of it.
I'll see you later.
I'll be fine, Mom, really.
She wanted to branch out on her own. Going to MTSU, I knew for a fact that she was stepping out.
The first night in the apartment gives Tina and Shanterrica a chance to get used to their new surroundings. And each other.
Shanterrica wanted to make the friendship work and the roommateship work.
Hey. Oh, I like your music.
Tina was a little more mature, a little older. Shanterrica was younger and a little more immature.
Classes haven't even started yet. What's with the books? Head start. Come in. Come in.
Tina can connect with anybody. She loves people.
Nice. You like ball?
Yeah.
Well, then I like you already.
She loved her apartment. She made her space her own.
Coming from Memphis, and with them both being one of the first to go to college, that was very big with their family.
What's up with the fairies? I love fairies. Why? I'm a fairy. Magic.
Tina was very soft. She did love Tinkerbell and a lot of more of those other little fairy tale cartoons. She was a girly girl, but when she played sports, she was like tough. It seemed like she transformed into something else.
Both have high hopes about living together.
They did not know automatically whether or not they would be friends, but they did definitely try to make it work.
There wasn't any animosity at the beginning.
This is my room, not yours. I am not gonna let you do this to me!
It's not long before cracks in the relationship start to appear.
Good morning.
That's my butter.
I'm sorry, could I borrow some?
Shanterrica would use things without asking her.
You should probably get your own.
She would have gladly allowed her to use it if she would have asked.
I'll pick some up later.
Typically, when you're in a roommate situation, there will be certain things that you would share. It was not like that with Tina and Shanterrica.
Not only did Tina and Shanterrica have different personalities, they had different ways of living. Tina liked a nice, orderly life. Shanterrica kind of was a little messier.
Shanterrica would use dishes, leave them in the sink, not clean up behind herself. Tina would come home and some of her groceries would be missing.
In college, you're not worried about washing the 2 dishes that I've left in the sink.
Tina liked to clean house. Tina never leaves stuff around. She don't like dirt.
The next day, Tina marks her territory.
It was a divide that went right down the center of the refrigerator. All of Shanterrica's food was on one side, and all of Tina's food was on the other side.
Hey. I figured you could use the left side.
Sure.
Cool.
Their personalities and their desires couldn't have been more different.
Love that.
Tina, she's always made friends so easy. They're basketball girls. They're gonna be around each other. They're gonna do stuff.
The hangouts may be fun for Tina, but they're a nuisance for Shanterrica.
Just imagine how loud and disturbing it could be for Shanterrica, who's trying to study, and Tina and her friends are in the front room having a good time.
Could you keep it down, please? Were we being that loud? Yes. I have to study.
What's it like living with a nerd?
For someone like Shanterrica, it could be very intimidating.
Seriously, how did you end up with someone like that for a roommate?
Tina's friends could definitely be intimidating or say little snarly, mean things. Not directly towards Shanterrica, but definitely where she could hear.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, how's it going?
Not great.
Why not?
Remember,
You're there just to study.
that's not so easy around here.
If it's not easy now, it's about to become impossible for both of them.
It was just a clash of two different worlds.
I don't need your attitude, and I don't need a mother either.
The irritations piled up
What is he doing here?
until they exploded.
Their personalities were like oil and water. Once we walk in the house, you can tell Shanterrica instantly closed down. She's not laughing as loud. She's not talking as loud. When I looked around, it was two sets of everything.
Everything was labeled, and you knew what was Tina's, what was not, and what you better not use if you're not Tina.
Yeah, I know.
What's the point of sharing an apartment if you can't share dishes?
We're cool. Let's just eat. Let's go.
Tina used to leave sticky notes. Please wash your dishes, or please clean up behind yourself. She would try to rectify the situation so she wouldn't be any type of confrontation.
But the issues between them go well beyond sticky notes.
You guys ready?
Yes.
Lo and behold, Tina comes home.
Hi, Tina. These are my friends, Renee and Danny. Hey.
She looked up from her phone and went right back into her phone.
Make sure you wash those.
And that was the interaction.
Anyways.
You can kind of like hear the sternness in the voice.
At some point, Tina got tired to where I'm gonna have to let her do her, I'm gonna do me.
But I know from my interaction with college athletes, they can be uppity. I remember my hands got kind of messy with the pizza, and I went to go wash my hands in the sink.
You didn't use that one, did you?
Calm down. It's just soap.
The one that I used had the initials TS on it.
Use this soap instead. It's just easier.
The emotion, her face just dropped like, oh my God, I really don't want to have to explain this.
And use this towel, not that one.
This is gonna be something else for her to be upset about.
When two people are sharing, you don't want people using all your stuff and then you go back and you don't have it.
This is crazy.
No, this is crazy.
One set had the initials TS on every fork and every spoon and every knife.
Okay, guys, let's just eat in my room.
I just felt as if maybe she was in the prison, live up under the warden's rule.
Hey.
Tina!
Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's okay. What is he doing here? What do you mean?
I'm her boyfriend.
You could have warned me you had someone over. Warned you? This is my place too. Hey!
What was that all about?
No idea.
KC was Tina's boyfriend. He was a good guy. He's a real nice guy, very respectful. He played basketball.
Is that what you are?
I mean, you better believe it.
Me and Tina were already on campus, you know, training. I saw her, I was like, okay, wow. You know, I was intrigued.
KC might make Tina happy, but his presence in the apartment makes Shanterrica miserable.
She was not used to a random man being in her home. Not even just a common courtesy of, hey, just to let you know, my boyfriend will be here tonight.
To me, Shanterrica, she seemed kind of odd. Is she really shy, or like, what does she got going on?
Is she a little, like, off or something?
Well, she's definitely not what I expected, that's for sure.
You can hear everything in one of those small apartments. It just added to the tension. Tina and Shanterrica's relationship was already fraught with concerns, but their relationship truly took a turn for the worse when Tina's boyfriend, KC, continued to come over.
Do not let that sit there. I do not want the milk stinking up the place all day.
I'll do it later.
I didn't know if she was lazy or she's nasty, you know.
And what about his mess?
You let me take care of that.
When it came to Shanterrica, Tina had a million things that bothered her, but Shanterrica would mention one thing and it would blow up.
Hypocrite.
The animosity between Tina and Shanterrica isn't limited to their apartment.
Tina would take things to social media. She would address issues in a belittling, demeaning way.
And on a campus this small, word gets around fast.
Tina was on the basketball team, so of course she had plenty of followers and friends and could make people look at Shanterrica differently.
This isn't fair.
Why does she have to be so mean? Why is she going to this extreme?
It only aggravates an already unbearable situation.
It's really difficult to live in a home where you feel like you need to be walking on eggshells while your roommate's at home.
She was living like she was looking over her shoulder. That's gonna eat at your spirit.
And it's no picnic for Tina either. She does everything she can to stay focused on the court, but it isn't that easy.
She did have a lot of pressures on her, especially gearing up for the season. Pressures of school, keeping her grades up, then the coach being on her.
Tina periodically reached out to me to talk about concerns that she had with her roommate. She would just call to vent. Sometimes she would call for advice.
The escalating tension is getting to them both, and another mess could send things over the edge.
Hey, you left a big mess in there. Was I supposed to clean it for you?
I'll do it later.
Can you do it now? Because I'm not your maid.
Just give me a few minutes.
We both have to live here.
Well, I'm quite sure Tina was very frustrated.
Fine. I don't know what the big deal is.
I don't need your attitude.
And I don't need a mother either.
To have an unneeded mother figure when you're in college, it was a lot.
She was done with it, fed up with everything.
We're not gonna have a problem, right?
Tina was somewhat of a bully. She was a student athlete, so of course she was bigger than the average student.
Why would we?
So, it began. It was headed toward a bad situation.
Do you hear me? I can't take it anymore.
one to two characters, I don't think there was no way they could have had a peaceful living situation.
It's a rare occasion for either roommate to have the apartment to themselves.
Tina?
Shanterrica believed that she was at home by herself.
Tina?
She was in the shower and she came out pretty much just a towel or a robe covering herself. And Casey was there.
Hey, wait, no. Sorry.
What are you doing here? You shouldn't be here.
I didn't see anything.
Then leave me alone.
To be almost nude and your roommate's boyfriend is there, it was definitely disturbing.
I was standing in the hallway going into Tina's room, but as far as me seeing her coming, nah.
Don't get mad at me when you're mad at Tina.
Leave me alone.
What is going on? What's all the yelling for?
She's freaking out again.
What is it this time?
If you're not a sheep, you're gonna be a lion, or you're gonna fight back.
You have no right. No right.
This is my apartment. I can have anyone I want over.
You should have asked. He shouldn't be here when you're not. He shouldn't be here all the time. Hi, Mom.
Forget it. If she wants to be mad, she can be mad. What's going on?
I can't take it anymore.
After the shower incident with Casey, Shanterrica complained to her mom.
Her mom didn't want a strange man being around her daughter. And it got to the point to where she felt she had no other choice but to tell her mom, who was a co-signer.
I don't know what to do.
That's all right, baby. I do.
Her mother took matters into her own hands and called the apartment complex's management, who then tried to set up a mediation between Shanterrica and Tina.
The call to building management only makes things worse.
What? Who called you and complained? You're kidding me. Fine, you know, good. Let's sort this out, because I'm sick of this. I'm sick of her.
Tina had her own complaints about Shanterrica.
You think she's the only one that has a problem here? Set up a meeting, because I've got plenty to tell you. You really want to call people, huh? You really want to call people, huh? You want to complain about me? Oh, okay.
Really, it was an unfortunate circumstance because their relationship deteriorated even more.
We can't just figure this out ourselves, can we?
Tina felt as if she had been snitched on.
You need to grow up.
You don't call mommy or call daddy. Talk to her, you know.
You're no saint. You're no better than I am.
The meeting never happened because of Tina's basketball schedule.
The mediation is never rescheduled, and the hostility in the apartment continues to fester.
Walking into the apartment, you could feel that tension, and things did not mingle at all. It was definitely a tit for tat type of thing. You said something about this, so I'm going to do this in return.
Trouble in the apartment affects their academic standing.
Tina, she was just like, okay, this is not working. She just kind of stopped trying after a while.
Because of the situation with her roommate, Shanterrica registered for fewer classes and was even contemplating dropping out.
I can't get anything done, and I need to have a good mark in this course or else... God, she's driving me nuts.
After a while, it gets in that animosity kind of builds up and you feel it.
It's like I cannot get away from her.
Each roommate holes up in their separate rooms, avoiding all contact with one another.
At the end of the day, you want to go home and be calm.
Do you smell that?
These thin apartment walls can't keep out everything.
Yeah, what is that?
Shanterrica's little habit is about to become a big problem for Tina.
What are you doing?
What does it look like?
Smoking pot?
You're smoking weed. So now it's like, oh, your true colors are showing out.
Shanterrica may not be the good girl she made herself out to be.
This is my room, not yours.
And I'm on a scholarship. Do you not know what that means for me?
It's a violation of team rules to test positive for marijuana.
What did the coach drop by?
Women's coach is really, really strict.
She could test positive from inhaling the secondhand smoke.
I am not ruining my career over you. You cannot do that in here.
She could get kicked off the team.
She would lose her scholarship. She would end up back home.
Shanterrica! Do you understand me?
It was the marijuana smoking that really just took that thing the other way.
Do you hear me? I'm not gonna let you do this to me, Shanterrica!
She was just like, I'm done with it, I'm fed up.
Do you hear me?
And I'm about to put a stop to this.
Now, the gloves are off.
Tina's on the brink.
I can't anymore.
It was gonna happen sooner or later.
Police, open up. Jeepers creepers, monster.
The complaints between the two roommates and the frustrations built.
Listen, right now you need to calm down. You're really angry.
Are you serious? My whole scholarship, everything is riding on this. My dad, my family, like...
I'm quite sure that Tina thought that this thing could end everything that she's working so hard for. She would lose her scholarship and she would end up back home.
Right now you need to calm down.
Look. I can't anymore. I'm done with this girl, I swear.
So it had gotten to a point to where Shanterrica pretty much felt defeated.
I don't know what to do.
Do you need some place to stay tonight? Carly has a spare room. You can stay with her.
I shouldn't have to. This is my place.
It had got to the point for Shanterrica where she did not want to be in her home, her first apartment that she could call her own.
You know what? Maybe you're right.
If Shanterrica wants to spend a few nights away from the apartment, that suits Tina just fine.
I thought you weren't coming back tonight.
I just need to grab some stuff.
It was pretty much an oversized closet. She was paying for her clothes were there, but she was not.
Hey, baby.
Shanterrica felt overwhelmed. She felt outnumbered.
There's just always so much bad energy here. Like, I need to leave.
She was ready to move out of there.
I was thinking the same thing. All right?
No.
She was just kind of frustrated. I'm gonna get my own place, or we can get a place.
But the simplest solution isn't always the easiest one.
It can be very tough to find housing in the middle of the year, especially at a university like MTSU.
Now they're stuck together, and the pressure continues to rise.
It was gonna happen sooner or later. Those two, man, they butted heads.
The day that everything happened, we did have a concert to go to for our music class. They were typically boring. So she was like, you know, I don't think she's gonna be here around this time, so let's walk back over to my place. That was the plan.
Hello? Okay, no one's up.
Lights are off. We're under the impression that we're home alone. So she puts the load in the laundry. We go in and start smoking.
Let me tell you about this magic fairy wannabe. Everything I do, there's a problem. She makes the biggest...
They're not alone after all. And what Tina smells is made worse by what she hears.
She makes the biggest fuss about it. I don't know what to do. Here.
I can't stand her. And I don't even live with her.
I know Tina was probably devastated. Devastated that she continued to do it when she asked her not to.
Tina ended up calling the police. It wasn't something that she wanted to do, but it was something she felt like she had to do. She thought it was what Shanterrica deserved.
And the police aren't the only ones she tells.
She's going to see the post that I post on Twitter talking about her.
Police, open up.
Get rid of it. Oh my gosh.
Next thing I know, there's a knock on the door.
Hi, thank you for coming, officer. Honestly, they've been doing illegal stuff. Right there. They've been smoking all that crap.
So he comes and says that he's gotten a call for marijuana. He comes in, checks. We tell him, you know, well, we were smoking, but we're no longer smoking. We're just getting ready for a class.
Arrest her. Arrest both of them. I can't be around this anymore.
Yeah, please. Can you go back to your room?
No.
Please. I'll handle this. All right. You guys need to be a bit more careful. Okay, you can get booted out of school for this.
Sorry, officer, it won't happen again.
Promise.
Sort this out before it gets any worse.
Why did you do that? Get out here now! Get away from my door if you know it's good for you. And you too, Renee!
Leave me out of this.
I don't want to fight. I go close the door.
Open it! What? Why did you do that to me?
Do what?
Are you serious? What? You're a snake.
Shanterrica was upset that the police were involved.
I can smoke wherever the hell I want. I don't care. You are. You trying to...
Getting charged with possession of marijuana could keep her from becoming an attorney.
You almost ruined my life. How?
She definitely had it set in her mind that she wanted to fight.
Did you? What are you trying to...
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Yes. Really? How yes? Yes. Whatever. It's a dirt.
One thing leads to another, and then it escalates from a talk to a full-blown fight. She was upset, and she wasn't going to stop until she got what she wanted out of it.
Get out of my face! Get out of mine!
She picked the fight with the wrong person.
Do you not understand that?
I couldn't believe it. It just shocked me.
Get out of mine! Can't stand you!
By this time, I'm in the room. I've closed the door, but I do hear the fighting continue. I'm hearing Shanterrica yell, "My head, my head." And then I hear the fighting stop.
Shanterrica? Shanterrica? Shanterrica?
Everything's okay. Everything's fine.
She pulled the door closed. She had something in her hand.
Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.
So at that point, I just pretty much left.
I try to call Tina. Phone rings. It's like somebody's pressing ignore. Call again, same thing. Next time I call her, but I get a text message just kind of like, don't come, I'm in the shower. I was just like, what? That's when I started getting that feeling, like, you know, I'm not feeling right. I'm about to go check on Tina.
After months of arguments and noise, the apartment is suddenly quiet.
She stayed on the 3rd floor, and the lights were off, and her car was there. I was like, what? It doesn't make sense. I opened the door. She's standing right by the door.
She's not home.
What do you mean she's not home?
She's not home.
I walked past her towards Tina's room. As I open the door, she's kind of like following me.
Tina!
So I turn her over.
Tina, talk to me!
See the blood.
What did you do?
I'm losing it.
Stay with me, Tina.
You know, I'm just hysterical.
As KC tries to save Tina's life, Shanterrica flees the apartment.
Stay with me, Tina. Stay with me, babe, please.
He calls 911. His next call is to Tina's father.
KC. I looked at my phone, it said KC.
She's bleeding.
But KC was hollering in the phone. He was screaming.
Get over here, quick!
Tina is rushed to the hospital, and her father races to her side.
I'm real scared now.
Neither of them makes it in time. Tina is pronounced dead on arrival.
Shanterrica hid in the parking lot. There was a very short foot chase before she gave herself up to police.
Stop right there! Hands on your head! Hands on your head now!
I see Shanterrica cuffed.
What is wrong with you?
I'm losing it.
I loved her!
Tragic news of the death of one of Murfreesboro's star athletes spreads like wildfire.
I was like, this can't be true. I said, this can't be true.
I was at a friend's house and see that it says, "Rest in peace, Tina Stewart."
Shanterrica is charged with second-degree murder. She pleads self-defense.
Shanterrica testified that after confronting Tina, she turned to leave and Tina shoved her from behind. Shanterrica retaliated, and a full-on fight started. Shanterrica testified that she feared for her own life, that Tina was really hurting her and striking her in the head.
Tina could easily overpower Shanterrica.
She had seen a knife and she reached out for it and grabbed it to defend herself.
Shanterrica claims she had no choice, but what she does next suggests otherwise.
After the murder, Shanterrica took Tina's phone and sent texts to Tina's friends to try to delay anyone from coming over to the apartment. Shanterrica tried to cover her tracks.
Hey, it's okay. Everything's okay. Everything's fine.
She took the murder weapon and wrapped it into a blanket that she then put into a dumpster. Shanterrica then hid in the parking lot before she gave herself up to police.
She was scared. At no point did she want it to get that far.
Given her actions after the crime, the jury rejects her claim of self-defense. Shanterrica Madden is convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to 25 years in prison.
Honestly, I don't believe she got what she deserves. They lost a beautiful young lady with a great heart. She just wanted to make her family and her community proud.
I just can't see how it just got out of control. I don't understand why.
It was painful. I've always been beside her, always, all of her life.
Such a tragic event happening to the women's basketball team had an effect throughout the entire city.
2 black women, 2 beautiful souls. They're strong. We need them. We need them here. 2 families took a great loss, took a great hit.
I just had to forgive and try to keep my family strong. I feel the pain, you know? I feel the pain.